be like water. I don't know if you're a big fan of Bruce Lee or not, but Dojin Jihan J, the founder of Modern Hapkido, was not only a big fan, but a good friend of Bruce Lee's. And in an interview one time, everyone knows how Bruce Lee was combining at an early time, kicking, punching, striking, grappling, stuff like that. And when someone asked him one time about his martial arts, his principles, his ideas, he said, be like water. If your cup is half full of stuff you already know, you're only going to be able to fill it halfway up with new stuff. But if you dump all that water out and you have an empty cup, you can absorb as much from different techniques, different principles, different styles, different skills to come together. Be like water. So let's be like water today. We spent the entire day going through a lot of different variations, entry, sweep, submissions of the guard, the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu guard. Got to give credit where credit's due. There's different martial arts skills or techniques. Every style, every country, every part of the world knows how to punch. They know how to kick. They have throws. But the guard, where you're actually laying on your back and someone's on top of you and you're utilizing your legs and grips to almost subdue that person, that's a technique, or that's a skill set that was at one time specific to Brazil, or Jiu-Jitsu from Brazil. With that said, you know, both Hapkido, Guerrilla Hapkido, and Army Combatives, Modern Army Combatives program, both utilize a lot of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and Gracie Jiu-Jitsu. We're going to show you a couple of the guards that we like to use right here with Guerrilla Hapkido. From my switch grip, boom, I go to here, stuff me straight down. Oh, I have to come down to a guard. Okay? All right, so come back up. So. Back up. My hand's coming up over my head just so I can combat it so you don't headbutt me by mistake. So, sometimes we're going to have to blend our self-defense or combative skills into our playful, at the end of the night, sparring skills. And what I mean, people are saying, why is your first guard the X guard and your second guard the De La Riva, when everyone knows this is the first guard right here of Jiu-Jitsu? And it should go without saying, you know, and as we practice our self-defense, our combatives, our Taiho Jitsu, our old school Gracie Jiu-Jitsu, of course, the closed guard is always number one. So we're going to call that 0.5 guard, okay? Because it always comes first. And then real quick, just to review, here's what 0.5 or the first guard is going to be. Even if I got it from my switch grip, I grab, he comes to stuff me. My hand is going to go up like I'm putting the sun out. I gotta see the sun rays because I want to catch his head. I don't want him to headbutt me, whether we're on the street or just grappling in class and he does it by mistake. So first and foremost, my chin to my chest so the back of my head doesn't hit the mat, and my hand is up. He catches, boom, from right there. Now I come up, I hold his head down. My other hand comes around. I like to use my left hand because that means I'm holding his right hand. Most of the time, people are dominant on the right hand. This is the hand he's going to try to punch with or grab with first. So I come around, I grab that, and I turn. I'm getting that good pocket right there of his ear or his cheekbone so I can turn his head. I have him here, and I'm holding him tight. That's a good 0.5 closed guard. Okay, so I'm going to take my right hand and I'm going to lean down on it. Yep, just like that right there. Now I can flap this, I can weigh on it, I can come back around, I can hover, I can shoot, I can slap, or I can switch and grip. Once I switch grip, this hand grabs right there, and as I pull you back, my leg goes straight out to stop you. You're leaning forward, you want to come through. This foot is out. It's not on the inside. If I had it on the inside, I'm going to be in trouble, and I'm going to have to do other stuff. If Gracie Jiu-Jitsu, mixed martial arts, wrestling stance, From here, I'm going to spring and switch. Once I switch, I get his wrist to a grip. Now I pull to that straight leg, but I have this other leg on the inside. From there, I'm going to take this one, I'm going to kick through, and I'm going to bring him in. Once I bring him in, I snake over and around. I come up to my own ear. I have a good grip. Now I get him into his X guard. From the X guard, I hold him tight. He's trying to find his base so he can stand up. I want him to have a little bit of base. Now from there, that leg pushes out. I find my base. I push him through. I come up, knee on his back, reach back around to that leg that was waiting for me the whole time. Toe hold. Once I have this foot in, I'm using this hook right here. We call it the Machado hooks. We hook in the back of his knee and I bring it in. This one walks him forward a little bit more until I'm able to kick through. He's very low to me. It's hard for me to get this leg flapping from his butt to the inside. No problem. My hand is going to come up, grab my own ankle, I pull it in, and now I have a nice X guard right up on his upper thigh. My hand comes through, I find my leg that's struggling, I pull it through, and I put it in right there. I push out. If he turns that way and tries to run away from me, this hand comes back around again. This time I grab his leg, I flip it over this way, I come up, and I dump him over. From my fighting stance, my dominant hand, I'm right-handed, so I'm going to be here. I'm not a boxer. I need to be reaching out and stuff. From here, the very first movement I do is going to be a switch, but I'm not going to switch in place like in Taekwondo, and I'm definitely not going to switch back. My switch actually comes forward to an angle. As I switch, my hand doesn't just go to try to grab like I'm picking cherries. I'm not going to pop your cherry today, Aiden. I'm going to push and then make contact. So switch, push, grab, lock the hand down. From there, pull, come down. If my foot's in, I rake them in. I grab, kick through, bring back, underhook to my ear, find my leg, pull it through for the X guard, play my X guard game. He's up, I go for my switch grip, I grab him, I shoot down, I got that leg stuck. I'm going to have to engage into my X card game. What do I do if I get both legs stuck under? I might have to do like a dummy sweep. So if he has to fall down, I get a leg stuck in, I'm going to engage in my X guard game. I don't want to get a leg stuck in though. When I get my guard pull, I want this leg to be out. On your hip, my other leg is out of danger's way. In case I have to go for a submission. For many reasons, arm bar off the gate, or our next guard, guard number 2, the De La Hiva. Aiden, show him the De La Hiva. Number 2, the next Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu guard that we use here is going to be from here. I'm jogging for position. Yeah, I'm low. I'm using my wrestling stance again. From here, same setup, same entry. Why not? It's an awesome one. Switch grip, smush the hand, hit down. Wow, my leg is out now. From here, I'm going to snake it around for a standard De La Riva. My other leg's going to kick out. I'm going to switch grip over, grab him, grab his Achilles tendon with no thumb, the gorilla grip. So we're going to go into how we can set up for our next number 2, our De La Riva, the next guard in our playful Jiu-Jitsu, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu guard sequence. It's going to be a lot like the X guard if you think about it. The setup's going to be the same. Great setup from right here. I'm going to do my angle switch grip. I'm going to stuff his hand and I'm going to come. But my leg's on the outside now so I don't have to go to my X guard. From there, my leg's going to stay extended so I can hold him back. I'm holding his lapel. My free leg comes around for the De La Riva. From there, I get my switch grip, I come over, and I pull him in nice and snug to me. Now when he puts his weight on there to not fall, I can almost help him up to get my leg over. Now from here, this one goes to the deep De La Riva. As it does, I sink down. This one comes around to here. I don't actually want to go all the way behind him and get rolled over or anything. I just want to bring right to here, and I'm just going to kind of work him around as I switch both my legs and unspread him. Now from here, I help him come down. So we got some good setups, we got some good guards we can play with now. What are a couple of good grips? Let's go over 2, maybe 3 grips that we can transition from one to the other. First one, most basic one, you're gonna see in every coat, grappling, jacket, wrestling, jiu-jitsu style. It's gonna be a neutral stance. I grab his lapel, he grabs my lapel. I grab his arm, he grabs my sleeve. That's a good one, that's a high one. I can come low, high, very easy. We can play off of that. We can do a lot of our takedowns and fights from there. Next one, we're down lower. We do what we've been working on right now. My switch grip. I switch my stance. I push him from his lapel. I have him here. I can go into my guards. Third one that I used to play with that I learned out at Campbell University in North Carolina on the wrestling team is when they grab here and here. Coach Kerry Collat used to teach this. You weigh down on that right here and you pull out just a little bit. Now you have that resistance, that connection. He's either going to pull back to try to get his arm back free, or he's going to come with me and I can cut the angle and turn. I'm holding him down. If he does try to pull to get his arm free, I can come right in to one of my takedowns. Let's talk about connection first, okay? Gracie Jiu-Jitsu, Jiu-Jitsu connection. This is the invisible force that you always hear Master Rickson Gracie talking about. This is what I learned from my jiu-jitsu professor, Tony Pazinski, who comes from the Rickson Gracie lineage. In fact, he's the co-founder of the Jiu-Jitsu Global Federation. So here's what we're talking about. If my son Aiden takes the palms above his hands and he leans forward and pushes me, I'm just gonna lean into him just a little bit. If I stand flat-footed and he goes to push me, he's gonna push me back. If I prepare myself and I almost lean just a little bit to activate the fronts of my knees and the balls of my feet to lean forward, kind of like I'm in the water and I see a big wave coming up, I'm going to lean and prepare myself so when it does hit me, I fall back onto the flats of my feet. If I was already on the flats of my feet and he hits me, I'm going to fall onto my heels and back. So the force, the pressure, the connection, when he pushes forward, I just lean into him a little bit. That's the connection right there. If he were to push with just one arm or the other, I'm going to lean into that side. If he pushes with this side, I'm going to lean to that side. If he grabs my lapel and he pulls, I'm going to pull back from that side. If he pushes, I'm going to push into that side. Same thing on this side. Pull back, push. Let's talk about the connection you see in Hapkido. If I grabbed him and I come here, I want both my toes facing this way. I don't want to be in an X stance. I want to be leaned forward. I want to be on the balls of my feet so I can shoot forward. Same connection, same weight. What's the word I'm looking for?
Distribution.
Distribution. So every time I pull, I'm just doing like pull me. Pull me again. Yeah, pull me anyway. Try to pull me around. Pull me. Yeah, pull me. Yeah. I'm sinking into the mat. Yeah, like a weird, like Mr. Miyagi way of like, I'm becoming one with the mat, get my center of gravity down. I'm doing my pelvis forward, which activates the weight to go on the front of my my knees and way down on the balls of my feet while my back is back. That's how you keep balance. If we're pulling each other around and we're trying to see who's the stronger guy, we get a lot of pro wrestlers in here, a lot of alpha males and stuff. We like to really hunker down. What if I'm dealing with someone who's hunkered down and I don't really feel confident like I'm going to be able to get my guard pull sequence to these cool guards and sweeps? If he's hunkered down and he's really low, hey, I'll go for an ankle pick, a leg pick, a shoot, and take him down. Let's go over a couple of those real quick. So, my right foot is back, my right arm is forward. I might have him already stuffed down. I've got my switch grip, but he's making that force, that connection. He's leaning forward on me, his knees are down. Yeah, if I take this leg, I'm gonna fall down now. So he's got that good connection. As he's leaning forward with that good connection, this hand is actually free. The same way I'm using it to stuff down, I can release. As I release, I come down, no thumb again. I'm gonna grab his ankle or his Achilles tendon. It's called an ankle pick for a reason. So as I come down, this hand stays on, and as I pick, I'm gonna pull his ankle back and I'm gonna push forward. Weight distribution in the clinch right here. He's up here on the collar and he pulls my collar down. When he pulls down, I'm gonna pull back just a little bit. If he pushes forward, I'm gonna push it. Yeah, he's up against a brick wall. Whether he pushes, pulls, left, right, up, down, I'm giving him just enough connection, just enough resistance, an eye for an eye like we learned in the Old Testament to make that force there. So we understand the dynamics of the ankle pick. Very basic, 3 principles, 3 key essential details you want to remember. Number 1, as I reach down, I'm reaching down for the ankle. I'm not reaching for the knee. This is fine and I can get this, but as I pull, this just bends. Even if I take this leg off the mat, yeah, he's got a lot of leverage and stuff. I'm pulling up. If I pull forward, I'm just pulling him into me. As I come down for the ankle, when I pick the ankle, I pick his foot right off the ground. That's number 1. Number 2, only one hand goes for the ankle pick. This one doesn't. This one stays upstairs. It definitely stays above the waist. That way, when I shoot down and I grab the ankle and I have it with no thumb by the way, this hand pushes the front of his body backwards as I pull the bottom here. Number 3, the last key essential detail, look how my legs are. I'm ready to pounce forward. I'm not wearing yellow because I'm that chick from Kill Bill. I'm a freaking cheetah. I'm ready to pounce forward. As I lean down and I pick his ankle and I get ready to punch this way, my legs spring forward. Hey! There are just a few details that are very important, going to help your ankle pick game quickly get you a better percentage of takedowns, whether it's in sport, you're doing it in an MMA fight, catch wrestling fight, whatever. Now, let's talk a couple of ways that you can enter in. Yeah, we can be right here, and I can hope that as I was pushing in, he pushes back, and I can reach down for it, or I can actually make that connection. From here, if he's released his hand, just so you can see, I have one hand on his lapel. I can take my other hand to his lapel. I have 2-on-1 like I'm holding a samurai sword, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take my leg that always helps me spring forward, and it's literally gonna scoot back. As I scoot back, I pull. He already comes down just from one pull. I'm gonna pull 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna do it 3 times, 2 hands on 1. I'm gonna call it a 2-on-1, 3 times that back as I'm coming down. He comes down, yeah, brings his whole body down. I might be able to roll him and get a good takedown from there. But I'm going to anticipate that every time he goes down, he's going to push his leg because he doesn't want to go down. So as I pull and he pushes his leg, that's when I come down. I ankle kick. Or I can actually come downstairs. I can come off his collar, I can come fingers down, and I can grab his belt on the side. Now from there, I'm going to pull him back. Now he comes in. We've gone over this before. My shoulder's here, my leg is penetrating, and I pick him. We've gone over that in some other videos. Not going to spend a lot of time on it today. I'll send the link in the comments. Let's talk about the newest entry. So coming from a military, Army combatives, being in the military, being able to wrestle out in the field all the time, having friends like the USA Sambo head coach, Coach Bob Clark, having other wrestling coaches, jiu-jitsu coaches and stuff, I know that when you spar, you're actually put into 2 categories. People look at you and they judge you. And they say he's either a guard puller or someone who fights for takedowns. But what I'm saying, I'm wearing the Bruce Lee Game of Death gi. Says be like water on the back. Let's be like water. Let's actually take some elements of both. Let's take some elements of a guard puller and let's take elements of fighting for a takedown and exploit the people we're going after. And here's what I'm talking about. Boom. All right, so from right here, I'm baiting you, I'm faking you, you're psyched up, the fight started raw, and see, I switch grip. When I come, you're already leaning forward and stuff. When I come to do that right there, you're going to lean forward and base forward thinking that I'm going to guard pull. Oh, you base forward, I shoot down. I use that to help me. Boom, that shoots me down. Boom, shoot down. Hey! There you have it, guys. Awesome rundown. Wanted to give a quick catalog of different moves, whether they're Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu guard pulls, combatives, sweeps, catch wrestling, submission moves, or whatever. When someone says be like water, we talk about taking everything that works and mixing it together for the most unique and complete combative system. And speaking of be like water, I want to invite everyone, come on in North Tampa. If you're in the Tampa Bay area, we're in New Tampa, right behind Kobe's Guerrilla Hapkido. I myself, head instructor, U.S. Army combat veteran, former all-Army champion, Army combatives instructor. I've been doing martial arts, Hapkido, Jiu-Jitsu, catch wrestling for over 26 years. I will make learning grappling as easy to swallow as a cup of water.